My name is Ranger Mike with the Maggie L. Walker National Historic Site, part of the National Park Service here in Richmond, Virginia. And today, the Richmond Public Libraries is going to have a special event where we are going to talk about the life, the legacy of Maggie L. Walker, who grew up right here in Richmond, Virginia.
So Kathy, I can't believe here we are at the Maggie L. Walker National Historic Site.
I can't believe it either.
Richmond, Virginia, 2nd Street or 2 Street. And it's really exciting to be here at Maggie Walker's home.
Yeah.
We're
here in the courtyard.
Yes, in the courtyard right next to her house. And it's really amazing that such a great woman lives so close to the library. We can walk here. So, Maggie L. Walker was a defender of rights for women. It started back in 1901 when she gave a speech asking black women to support their men in voting because, of course, then women still did not have the right to vote. But black men did. So it was particularly important that we encouraged one another back then because the state had passed legislation calling for a polling tax and literacy tests for black voters.
And why did they do that?
Because of white supremacy. They were trying to suppress the black vote, even as they do now. And it was so important for us to press and to stand up for our rights. So even with the poll tax, and with the literacy test, we rose to the occasion. And there were groups that, including Maggie L. Walker's group, the St. Luke Order, that promoted literacy. They had classes showing people how to vote and how to get past the literacy test. And it was very important that they were organized.
I heard she had a newspaper.
Yes, the St. Luke Herald. That was a newspaper in which she was the editor, and she wrote some fiery speeches in the newspaper. In fact, she would talk about women's rights in the newspaper. It has been said that if white men were to place a church upon every hilltop and a school in every valley, they could not right the wrong which they have done to the Negro woman in the South. She wrote a poem that was included in that speech, and it started out of the darkness, out of the night, has the black woman crawled to the dawn of the light, beaten by lashes and bound by chains, a heart of burden with soul and brains. And she went on, and it was to know was the refrain.
So she's a poet too.
Yes, she was. She was really a phenomenal person. She believed that women should be allowed to use their gifts however they could. She was one for women being hired for more than just the menial jobs, and in fact she hired mostly women in the bank. She started a department store, and most of the employees were female, and she did so much to help women and to help black people in general. There were so many black women registering to vote. It inspired the white women to register because of white supremacy and Jim Crow. They were afraid that the blacks would outnumber the whites and that the whites would no longer be in control. So they organized a massive voter drive. They educated people on how to vote, how to pass the literacy test, and she was one of the first black women who registered.
What books do we have in the collection that would help us know more about Maggie L. Walker?
Oh, well, we have A Right-Worthy Grand Mission, written by Gertrude Woodruff Marlowe, who was...
Can we check that out at the library?
Yes, yes, we can. And the other book I checked out was The Campaign for Women's Suffrage in Virginia. And it's fascinating. Her legacy is a legacy of empowerment for women, empowerment for African American people, entrepreneurial spirit, to just continue. In fact, what does your cup say?
Have faith, have hope, have courage, and carry on.
Yes, and that's what we must do.
And we are carried on today.
To continue her legacy.
If the men should see the women going to the polls to put down the liquor traffic, need it vex their souls. If we're